what do you think podcasting is?
Podcasting? That's easy. Well, like, when you get hurt and you go to the hospital, well, I'm kind of a badass, so I go to the hospital all the time. But, you go there and you get, like, those casts in your arms and they're shaped like a pod. Yeah, people can write on them and stuff. They're pretty cool. Those are podcasts.
Podcasting. Let me see. Alright, I'm just going to throw out a bunch of fragmented sentences rather than just explain it straightforward. Podcasting. This is subscribing, syndicated feeds, disposable media. You can call it pretty much anything you want. Pretty much, it's videos. They're videos. Videos you can subscribe to. You can get updated with them daily.
So, what do you need to watch a podcast?
To watch a podcast, this is pretty simple. You pretty much need, quite possibly, the greatest video player ever. Because, podcasts, you're not just some average Joe walking, into like a store, looking at a computer and watching a podcast. It's just not possible. You need like the top of the line material, like Blu-ray. Blu-ray is behind podcasting, like technology. Blu-ray is just nothing.
Well, to watch a podcast, actually, all you need is a media player such as iTunes or a Windows Media Player. You can actually get the podcast by subscribing to feeds in Feeder Reader or iTunes. And these feeds get updated daily, weekly, however often you want them to be.
Where can you watch podcasts?
You certainly can't watch a podcast anywhere. Well, what I've heard about podcasts is you can only watch them in certain rooms. Like, the walls have to be either black or white, and you have to have the lights out too, otherwise you can't see it. Also, you need these, like, weird goggle things. They're kind of like 3D goggles. When you watch a 3D movie, you need those goggles so you can see it. Same thing with a podcast. You need these goggles so you can see the podcast. And also, you can't watch them in any location. There's only 2 countries you can watch them in. Currently, it's France and the United States.
You can watch a podcast pretty much anywhere, especially with the new Pocket PCs we got in class. What you do is you upload a podcast using like Feeder Reader or something, and then you could pretty much put it on your Pocket PC and save it to, I guess, your SD card, and you can watch it while you're outside, before you go to class, walking to class, in seasons. You can watch them while you're in another person's room, while you're on the john, anywhere. It's awesome. It's pretty accessible stuff. Who can make a podcast? The U.S. government has done a lot of bad things in the past, and to make up for it, they decided to pretty much hit 2 birds with 1 stone. Get the people of Native American descent. It's actually very important we do that. And secondly, to even like you thought you were a minority when you were Native American. Now, if you were a black Native American, you're just firing on all cylinders. At that point, so this honor is pretty much bestowed on the black Native Americans. God bless them.
Actually, anybody can make a podcast. You don't have to be of any special status to make one. All you need is a little bit of determination, a video camera, and the ability to edit it and post it online.
How do you make a podcast?
Making a podcast, definitely not easy. You're going to need a camera crew of at least 20 people, alright? You're going to need an awesome sound system, some great speakers in the back, top of the line cameras. You're going to need at least like $200,000-$300,000 to make a podcast, at least. So far, the only person who's been able to make one is James Cameron. All you need to make a podcast is something that will capture video, like a digital camera or a camcorder, and then a program you can edit that audio with or that video to, such as Windows Movie Maker, and then you just post it up to a place like YouTube.